Hello and welcome. Lynx here, obviously. Who else, huh? We're playing Chronotopia second skin. Another day in a new place. I guess from now on we'll get to do some work. Maybe mess something up a bit. Let's find out. From that point onwards, she settled into a new daily life. Every morning, a Berfie would knock on her door to wake her up. That's so convenient. The good old times when you were woken up by someone. I wonder how it is. I don't remember anymore. And since she had noticed the lethargic tendency of her protege, she did not hesitate to wait a few minutes before barging into the little attic room. Just barge in immediately, to be honest. I was the kind of person, as a teenager, or even younger, that you could wake me up, I would open eyes, yeah, I'm awake. Someone would walk away and I'm like, back to sleep immediately. Oh boy. To be fair, I think I'm still like this, except it's with the alarm clock. But then again, how many times do you think I spent nights recording? Of course I will not wake up early. Easily as well. And to be fair, in the past it was kind of similar, except, well, obviously at the time I was not recording. But I would still play video games at night. Or read something. Or at some point, I guess, watch something on very limited, obviously, TV. Limited when it comes to the amount of programs. With Kionna over here, I think she's just, like, not capable of waking up. Because back in the day, what exactly would you do at night? I mean, I guess reading would be an option, of course, but at the situation she's in now, right now, she, I would say, has not that possibility. Also, no, right now I'm not attacking or anything. Which would not be surprising if I did, obviously, but yeah, it's a little comparison how the times have changed. Like, this is like what, 17th century, something like that, probably. I guess you could kind of guess. Yeah, there was not much to do at night, if you think about it. Literally only reading to, like, kill some time. Anywho, Kionna was always the last one out of bed, and she usually had breakfast in rush before rushing towards the courtyard. Also, let's not forget, technically she's last one out of bed because she's the last one to be woken up, right? We know, like, the order of the rooms. That one is the furthest from Berfie. Anywho. Thanks to the lessons she had learned at the farm, she managed to lead her geese outside the city's walls without much difficulty. Oh boy. I wonder if she will manage to lose one or something like that now. The dungeon was not the most appropriate place for the poultry to go frisking. This is why the young woman always took the same little path to lead her gaggle in the pastures surrounding the city. Dungeon, what? Yo, let's go to the dungeon. Adventure. This activity proved to be rather relaxing and allowed her to let her thoughts drift. That day, for example, the princess felt her mind once again focusing on Fleur. I would have probably erased that probably. Erase that probably from your statement. Never been able to keep this job at the castle without her. After all, not so long ago, I did not know how to do any manual task. Erase that probably. I mean, who knows, maybe, I mean, not maybe. If she was able to learn that at the farm, she would also be able to learn that in the castle. However, I would say if she managed to let one of the geese out, like she did previously, where one of them ran to the forest, like over here, it would probably lead to much harsher punishment. Like, I would not be surprised if she would be kicked out from the position, basically. In a way, she could perceive a positive evolution in her story. We'll see, we'll see. Being exiled to the countryside had taught her the basics of common people's life. Basics she was now using to come closer to her happy ending in the arms of the prince. We'll see about that, we'll see about that. Her ill-advised decision to feign her own death ultimately appeared as a rash moment, a wrong turn that did not have a place in the well-oiled tale she had imagined. At the same time, she still did not know what to make of Fleur's betrayal of her drowning. Again, that betrayal, I'm gonna say supposed betrayal. I mean, let's face it, you betrayed first, kind of. Yeah, I mean, I don't feel bad about the fact that Fleur wanted to take her place here to save her family. No. Drowning her, that might have been a bit too much. That was the parents of Fleur for. Let me point that out. But yeah, anywho, it was both a crucial element of her story and an aberration. Now that I think about it, like, if you are living in a cycle like that, and you are basically killed, still, you reset, but I feel like it would influence your mind quite a lot. Anyway, yes, Kionna was still affected by this betrayal. She was fixating on it like a question that would eternally remain unanswered. Yet life had gone on again and she had to move on one way or another. Once the gangway had been brought back inside the castle and she had gobbled her noon snack, the princess set off in order to carry out the task she had committed to do the night before, during the servants' gathering. Indeed, she had chosen. Oh, we get to choose. Interesting, interesting. Those... I do not remember what... Was this cleaning? I think it was cleaning here. But what was the last one then? Cleaning, kitchen, and... I don't... Dude, my memory sucks so much. Is it the garden thing? Right here? Oh, listening to the... Maybe listening to the talks of the people or something like that. Honestly, I feel like this. Like, supposedly listening to the people, which I think is here. We could still get from the... Wait a second. Oh, I see what you've done here. Oof. I've noticed. Wait. Could it be that each choice might be very influential towards the ending here? It seems like that. We go here, we go to Nahima. We go here, we go to Medea. Medea. I will probably mangle this a lot of times. I'm so used to the name Medea overall. But yeah, Medea. And here... Prince whatever his name is. Dude, I mean, that's a huge hint here. If it really is a hint. I'm totally going to the kitchen then. The Harriers had decided to lend a helping hand in the kitchen. She had heard Berthy say that she needed an assistant and had considered that was a good opportunity to repay her debt. Yeah. To Kionna it was a token of goodwill, her way to show Berthy that she had been right to employ her. Furthermore, considering that I feel like if we go also with the prince, she will stay the way she was, basically. Which I don't want. Furthermore, considering what little experience she had a few days earlier, it could not hurt her to make progress in such a useful area. Yeah. Also, cooking is fun. She had always enjoyed learning, and it would... I mean, I guess she had tutors for stuff, but I guess it was not cooking, right? Anywho, she had always enjoyed learning and would have been ashamed to give a new discipline up so quickly, without even knowing what she was worth. Dude, I mean, cooking is fun, so... Besides, it was almost a personal challenge, a godsend to prove to herself that she was capable of anything as long as she was showing tenacity. At least that was what she was thinking as she was timidly pushing the kitchen door open. That expression. The head chef noticed her straight away. Well, for a little animal, what are you doing here? My understanding was there was a need for commis, chefs to prepare the Lord's meal, and I would like to offer my services. Berthy seemed pleasantly surprised and flashed a satisfied grin. You know that if there wasn't a single hint, like I believe it's a hint, I would probably go... I would still probably go with the kitchen. But... I don't know, will we have... will we have multiple days like this? Where you have to choose? Oh, maybe it will change though. Like... Because normally, like, if it was me, I'm very weird when it comes to that. I don't want to repeat the same stuff in games. So I would go with the mates, then I will go with the third option and so on. Unless it will be like, okay, now Medea is for the mates, go here. Who knows? Whatever. I would not be surprised if it was constantly kitchen. Anywho, Berthy seemed pleasantly surprised and flashed a satisfied grin. Oh, that's very kind of you. For that matter, you couldn't have come to a better place. To a better place at a better time. Yeah. I didn't ask you last time, but do you have some knowledge of cooking? Totally. Frying pan? Boom. Drop everything in there. I mean, not necessarily. Obviously, it's not the truth, right? But I rarely myself use pots. And I very rarely use the oven. Basically, I go the fastest way, pan, and let's go. You could say the fastest way would be microwave, but I reject the idea of microwave for cooking. Only popcorn, and that's it. Nothing else. I guess you could get a popcorn machine as well, but even like the little one, home one, but no. Too expensive. Anyway, I've already made cheese. The good woman placed her hands on her hips and burst into a hearty laughter that established the princess. She who had thought his experience would prove useful pouted upon realizing that she was made fun of. That's already better than nothing, eh? But you aren't the great honor of cooking for Prince Grizzled. You will have to show me your determination first, alright? Bolstered Kionna frowned and acquiesced with pride. Yes, madame. Very well, I'll teach you everything I know. Today you'll have to make a relatively dish. A Parmesan crust soup. Oh boy. Open your ears and clean out your eyes. Well, soups are not mine. Not my thing, yeah. Again, pot. You need a pot for that. That's too much effort. Just as she previously did, the young woman had to clean and peel the vegetables which were used in a pearl broth she left to simmer. How do you know how much time it is going to take? Well, I've learned all my recipes by heart. No book shall be found here. The knowledge exists in my head. Yeah? Really? So you never make any mistakes? Of course I do. It does happen from time to time, but the essential is still here. And then I use an hourglass to keep an eye on the passing of time. What? What? Don't you go by gut feeling? I go by gut feeling. For a broth like this one, 2 turns should be enough. The most difficult part is to keep heat constant. You have to adjust the flames depending on the meals and regularly monitor them to avoid burning the food. Oh my god, they don't have gas, that's true! Nothing's worse than having a blackish residue on the bottom of a cooking pot. Yeah. I see. And why did we begin this part of the recipe and not another one? When there are several elements, it's more practical to start with the one that has the longest preparation time. Thus we have plenty of time to get our crusts ready while the broth is boiling. True. They now had to move on to the next step. Berfi grabbed some bread, flour, and eggs, then started to shape a dough. Kionna immediately initiated her on all accounts. Counts, not accounts, but whatever. Same thing to be fair, I guess, if you were. Whatever. Still, your gestures are so precise. My balls of dough look shapeless compared to yours. That's normal, you're just starting. Back when I started cooking, I was saying the same thing to my master. So you have had a master? Naturally. Everything I know I've learned from someone. I wonder what this person could look like. My master was a capricious old man who didn't hesitate to scold me at the slightest mistake. He was very severe but still good at heart. He just didn't dare to show it. The broth being ready, the 2 young women, maybe not both of them are young, but never mind that, moved on to the next step. Kionna says the container and spread a lace of dough around it. Dude, I still appreciate the fire being animated. She poured the broth with grated Parmesan cheese inside and set to make her preparation grill under the rigorous eyes of Berfi. Minutes later, the Parmesan crust soup was ready and emitted a delicious smell. Speaking of which, I don't think I've ever had that. No, let's see. I'm totally willing to try Parmesan crust soup. I don't know about that, but now I see risotto and I'm kinda feeling like this is what I want today. Yeah. I think I know what I'm eating today. Thanks, game. Well, there are still imperfections to correct, but it's not bad, Donkey Skin. You're doing pretty well. Thank you very much. Does mean the prince is going to eat my soup? Don't go that far. Come on. Come on. Come on. Of course not. I bet people working in a castle will eat that. Come on. Be realistic, girl. Absolutely. Wait, seriously? What? Wait, she was okay. I mean, I'm quite surprised here, but okay. I wonder what his thoughts will be. I don't want to give you false hopes, girl, but there's little chance that he's going to see a difference. Unless you've prepared the best soup in the world, he's not going to bother requiring to know who cooked for him. I guess he might be interested who cooked it if it's also on the other spectrum. Like, the worst in the world. Anyway, disappointment quickly gave way to joy again. Deep down, the young woman was especially proud of her achievement and could not help puffing out her chest. How much more gratifying is it to make a dish yourself than simply attending its preparation? Hee that's the spirit! Keep it up and you can earn rebuff! I fully intend to... With this, go away before I start monopolizing the limited amount of free time you have for yourself. Electrified! Kionna waved Berfie goodbye and headed for the common room. The sun had set, plunging the castle into a golden brown light. The person had not noticed how quickly the time had passed, as she was too focused on her task. Thus she had hardly thought about how she was going to use the hour she had left before dinner. The castle was vast. She could very well take a walk, get some fresh air, or rest. You know what, I just realized as well, back in the day, people were worked like ridiculously to the point of exhaustion, I guess. That's crazy. And don't mind me, but I think even now we are being, as people, overworked, no matter where we are. Underpaid as well, and so on, obviously. Anywho, to suit her whims and fancies, Kionna decided to go. What? I'm supposed to choose here as well? Oh boy. Kitchen, hallway, courtyard. Oh, the courtyard was the... Okay, here we were supposed to listen to the gossip. Wait, so what was the third activity over there? I totally don't remember. Should we go to the kitchen again? Now we are not getting any hints, so I'm guessing we are kind of safe. You know what, she said she was going to common room, so let's go there. I'm kinda worn out by all the hard work she had accomplished that day. Kionna decided to be reasonable and rest in her bedroom while waiting for dinner. No, that's not what I meant. I thought it was... No, I don't want to rest. Hallway, courtyard. Let's go courtyard then. The young woman thought she had a recollection of Berfie mentioning that Prince No, that's not what I want to do. I want to talk with the people. Hallway. Resolved to take her mind of things, the young woman wandered through some stone corridors that were similar in all aspects to the ones of her own dwelling. Actually, they are very similar indeed. Torn by a hint of nostalgia, she clambered over one of the ledges and leaned against a pillar to admire the blazing sky, the so peaceful landscape. As nothing lasts forever, echoes soon came to disrupt her tranquility. Intrigued, Kionna had her head out of the column to inspect her surroundings. Yes, the voice belonged to two servants who were posted down the hallway. They were visibly having a conversation and paid no attention to her presence. Since the stone vault amplified sound, she could not help listening to them despite herself and instinctively kept a low profile so that they would not notice her. So you were telling me that the nun came directly in the castle's courtyard to sell goods? What did she look like? You've got me stabbed. All nuns are the same and not a single lock of her hair stuck out of her headdress. I could barely glimpse her face. I would be able to recognize her even if you were to introduce her to me. Did she seem rather old, rather young? Rather young, I think. Oh no, we need to go and steal her away from that place. What a waste. Becoming a nun, what a waste. I'll always say that. That's such a waste. Leave that to old hacks. I'd put my life on the fact that it was Madeleine, a poor girl. She saddens me. I wish she didn't become a nun. What happened to her? Nobody told you. She's from the church on the other side of the forest. You can see her from time to time. It has to be said that her story is quite heartbreaking. Please tell me, please tell me. Oh. A few years ago, the church was comprised of many nuns and thrived. One day, a sick traveler knocked on the door. He was, of course, taken in, and the sisters did all they could to cure him in vain. Unfortunately, a stranger carried the plague. Of course. Also, let's not forget, church is not somewhere you should go to get treated. Come on. Then again, who would you go to back then? I mean, if you think about it, I guess whoever had the knowledge of, you know, treatment and so on, would literally be only available to the king? To the nobles? Something like that? Problematic, very problematic. Anywho, rapidly all those who had approached him found themselves infected and they died one after the other. How dreadful! The plague took them all, every single one of them, save for Madeleine. She's welded up, protected by God's will. No, she probably just had antibodies for some reason. What's even more tragic is that she had to bury the horribly mutilated bodies of the nuns. She had survived, but at what cost? She now lives completely alone. It is said that the church is cursed. People no longer dare to come near it. Oh, I mean, yeah. She must be in an incredibly precarious situation there. Too right. I really wonder what's going to become of her. When I catch sight of her in town, I feel as if I was raised, it means that she's still alive and well. And yet I have no illusion as to her future. Unless a miracle happens, she's not going to hold for much longer. Let's try to stay optimistic for her sake. And you traveler might one day come to take shelter in the church and eventually decide to stay to keep her company. What are you suggesting? I think you're suggesting what... I mean, I would suggest, hopefully, that travel will be able to steal her away from church, kind of thing. Yeah. Sometimes it doesn't take that much to turn desperate situation around. You must be right. If Madeleine is to be protected by God, she'll overcome this ordeal. While the two servants were walking away, Kionna took the opportunity to come out of hiding and slipped away in the opposite direction. Berfi had been right. Going for a walk in the hallways did allow her to obtain interesting information. Yeah, I mean, not like it's something you could use in any way for? The soldier's non-tragic story had moved the young woman and she empathized a lot with her experience. Perhaps there were lessons to be learned from this. God sometimes likes to create misfortunes on the mortals. Oh my, don't get me started on this, Pan. Please don't get me started. On the mortal's path to test them. Only an unshakable faith can prevail over darkness and post through virtue. The supposed God can take those trials and shove it up his... You know what. Anywho, the princess was now convinced that she too was being put to the test by the God. Ridiculous. I must not waver, never again! Yeah, those supposed tests are so ridiculous. I feel like I've lost kind of... I mean, I feel like like any other kid in Poland, I guess, sort of. I was a believer, sort of, until some point. Eventually, you just stop, basically, if you have some kind of common sense. Also I mean, if you believe, I don't mind at all. Obviously. But I would mind if someone tried to kind of force me to believe again which will not happen. But basically what I'm getting at, I'm pretty sure I lost my faith like completely the moment I heard like the story of whatever his name was that was supposed to sacrifice his son and so on. Yeah, like, dude, if you're testing like that, no thanks. I don't want anything to do with you, basically. Anyway. The next day, Kionna led her geese, to pasture as she did every morning. And that will be happening in the next episode. Let's end it for today. We'll continue tomorrow. We'll see where this is going. I think I can safely assume there will be more choosing what we are doing. I mean, I'm guessing. We'll see. For now, that would be it. Hope you enjoyed. Consider liking, subscribing as per usual, even if I don't like saying that. The game, of course, linked in the description. You can get it on Steam, and if you want a different platform, that it's also on itch.eu. Yeah, with that being said, hope you will have a wonderful day, and hopefully you will drop by tomorrow to continue this story with me. Bye bye.